A warm welcome from my side on this Wednesday afternoon. I welcome with me here on the stage Andreas Wolf, the CEO of Premium Robotics, Guy Selper, the member of the management board of Bürgschaftsbanken in Baden-Württemberg. Myself, I'm Roland Kampe from the European Investment Fund, and it is our pleasure today to present on how InvestEU guarantees Accelerate Robotics. So how we translate the InvestEU program in reaching the real economy. Now, I would like to give first an overview a bit of InvestEU, how we operate. Guy will explain a bit on how Bürgschaftsbanken work. Andreas will discuss a bit what Premium Robotics does, and then we will guide you through what is needed, what is happening in order to provide financing to innovative companies. InvestEU has a total capacity of 26 billion as a budget line. That is to generate an investment of 372 billion. This is an enormous amount that is distributed all over Europe to foster really the economy, to underline the policy objectives and to support them throughout Europe. Now, how this happens, we have a focus on sustainability. We have a policy objective to support research, innovation, digitalization. We have a focus on small, medium enterprises. We have a focus on social investments and skills. And all of this together is implemented and reached via products. The EIF is one of the implementing partners. So there are multiple implementing partners. The EIB group is the central partner of the Commission. There will be other implementing partners. EIF is part of the EIB group. From the 12 billion total capacity that we are getting, EIF will support programs reaching 156 billion of investments. This we do via banks, non-banks. This we do via VC funds, private equity funds, debt funds, climate and infra funds, and social impact funds. But the reach and the goal is to take for every euro that is a central budget line, to transform this into an investment of 13 euros of investment. Today we talk about guarantees, and in guarantees we have 6 different products. We will focus on innovation and digitalization. But the 6 products, they're not there by accident. They are derived from the priorities of the EU on promoting competitiveness, on promoting innovation, digitalization, to have a focus on culture and creative sector, to support sustainability, the 2030 objectives and to the taxonomy, to have a special support for microfinance and social and skills and education and learning. But how we do this? So we have these products, and these products are essentially a guarantee to partners that we're working with. Bürgschaftsbank today with me on stage. We are offering guarantee support to our partners. These partners, we help them in taking more risk in the financing of SMEs. As we see today, we look at the right side of the overview, the uncapped guarantee, which has the risk-taking capacity of 70% of a helping hand to absorb the risk of our intermediary that we are working with in sharing the risk of the SME lending. In the example of Bürgschaftsbanken that we discussed in more detail, we are working with 4 of the products. So 4 of the political priorities are addressed. Innovation is one of them. So here we are giving Bürgschaftsbank a guarantee that they can guarantee innovative companies in Baden-Württemberg. So overall, we have a budget from the Commission. We are translating it into a product to take risk from on us from our intermediaries, that they have an increased risk capacity in order to support the investments that are needed and that are anticipated. And here I would like to hand over to Guy in order to explain a bit of what Bürgschaftsbanken does, how they work, and then later we will focus on how the guarantee has helped to improve the terms. I hand over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roland. So it was very nice that you introduced me, and thanks a lot, of course, for inviting me to this Hannover Fair today. I'm very happy to be here and to just give you some information about our cooperation with the EIF. You heard a lot about Baden-Württemberg. Of course, I'm representing the Guarantee Bank in Baden-Württemberg. The land is not far, as you can see here, but this program, which I will just propose, will also be available in North Rhine-Westphalia. And we are still discussing, because the colleagues from Niedersachsen are also interested that they might be involved in the future. So we already have a long time relationship. I think it goes back to 2014. The guarantee banks have been established in the early 1950 year already in Germany. Tomorrow I will go to Kiel. There will be a 75th anniversary of one guarantee bank. So we have a lot of competence in financing structural change. In the last 75 years it has always been structural change, and to finance structural change you need to have tailor-made investment opportunities to finance them via a guarantee. So our business is, as you can see in the guarantee activity here, through all over Germany. There is a guarantee bank in every federal state. We have support from this government, from the German state, but we have also support from the regional state. And we have our own risk portion. So we are a private self-help organization. This is the definition exactly. So in our case, we have about 100 shareholders from industry, chambers and commerces, and from credit institutions. So we are neutral on that way. We do business with everyone. As you can see, we have about 40,000 clients at the moment that are taking advantage of our guarantees, with about nearly 10 billion euro of financing volume. And the production of last year was about 4,600 new guarantees covered with 1.8 billion euro. So we already pointed it out, there are dynamic and challenging time. We are talking about a threefold transition. We are talking about the digital transition, as you know, the transition in a sustainable industry, and we also face in Germany the demographic transition, which means that business transfer is a big challenge. So we have less young people, less startups taking over companies, but we have the baby boomers, they are selling their companies, so the gap is even increasing. So this is something we also can focus on with this program. So our claim of the Guarantee Bank, and I think it's the same claim you have, that no financing should fail due to the lack of collateral. And if we speak of innovative companies, they have a special challenge, because they don't have a machine that banks can easily take as a collateral. So they just invest in R&D, they have to launch a new product on the market. So in general, these are costs. And for costs, to cover them, normally you should have equity. And if you have a young company, you will hear it from Andreas, and you want to start your business, then the equity ratio is in general not that high. So this limits the possibility to get access to finance. So with a guarantee, banks are more able to give you the financing you need just to scale up your company, to introduce new technology in the market. And this is what we would like to do even more in the future with the cooperation of EIF. So this was just a short information about the Guarantee Bank. And I think we will go on further in detail concerning the concrete issue we financed with Hannover Motion.
Exactly. Guy, thank you very much. But I would like to hand over to Andreas to talk a bit about premium robotics. What are you doing? What is your activity? What is happening?
Thank you for inviting me as a young company with older people. We are a young company. We started 2017. I have to go over this. What are we doing? We do robots for logistics. So this is a quite young discipline because in the warehouse, if you look in the warehouses, it's mostly manual work, and people there, they have to pick items or palletize items or repalletize items. So it's a heavy duty work, and therefore you need not only software, you need also hardware. And this is, of course, investment and also development investment. As Guy explained it, we had a phases now of 6 years of developing our new robot for warehouses, and now we are able to handle all these goods in the warehouses, especially for retailers. And with our robot system, we are able to lift all these type of items which you find in the warehouse. Yeah? Therefore, we need a special camera system to detect it. And also we need to handle the slip sheets, which are in between, and have to take them away. So this is actually a machine working in the warehouse of a Schwarzgruppe. So we implemented already a system. So we have a proven system which works already. Yeah. So and now we are in the phase of starting up or scaling up. And now your program comes into the place, because you can imagine such a system won't cost under 500,000 euros. And the customer wants to buy more than just one. So we have to scale it up very fast. And in this situation, we got the help of you, that you are now taking over the grants for our system we sell here together with a robot. And of course, this goes on in the future, that we sell the whole machine, not only the robot. So you see there's a lot of equipment around it. With robots, you can't just sell only software, you have to sell hardware as well.
Very good. Thank you very much. But Guy, I mean, our support in the agreement that we provide, in the risk taking that we are giving you, how does this change your agility to assess? What additional flexibility is there given that you can address and help a scale-up process like we now have seen?
Well, I have to say that the cooperation with the EIF is of strategic importance for us. We have a system, of course, which is running now for more than 75 years. So the terms and conditions are quite, let's say, unflexible sometimes. So it's working, but if you really need to address and focus on innovative companies, sometimes it's really getting difficult. This is why we really have benefit, added value of cooperating with EIF under InvestEU. So these advantages are just advantages we can provide then for the SMEs we support. So we can, for example, support larger amounts. So our maximum amount is about 2 million euro. So in general, if you take a 50% guarantee, it would be 4 million euro of loan. If you have a really fast-growing company, I saw on the slides you sent that you have about 200% yearly growth rate. So if you take this for the turnover, then you need to have working capital, which really can go up far. And then you need to have a partner which can accompany you during this phase of high growth, scale-up phase. And this was something we couldn't really address in the past. So this is something which reassures our customers that they know, well, at 2 million, it's not the end. We can go even further. Another point is innovative companies often get grants. So a grant is a subsidy, and you need to comply with state aid rules. So for us, the cooperation with InvestEU is state aid free, because we are operating as a private organization, and the EIF funds are state aid free depending on the partner you work with. So this is a really big advantage for us. Then we have more flexibility. We do not need to involve our committee, because in our committee the counter-guarantor state and regional state are involved. We have a delegation of the decision in this contract, which makes it more flexible for the smaller tickets to follow them. And there is another advantage, that we can easily follow the collateral proposal of the principal bank. So we are working with Sparkassen, with savings banks, with cooperative banks, with private banks, and they have kind of opinion, a proposal on the collaterals, and we are fully free to negotiate it with them. And sometimes we can find better solutions. Sometimes we can even protect existing collaterals for the future. We don't need to take anything. Our counter-guarantor, the state, ask us or requires to us that we take anything which is possible in case of insolvency, to reduce, of course, the default. With DIF, we can just see it in a more perspective approach. The company is growing. We need to protect a bit the assets of the company, so that they can provide these assets maybe in more difficult times. So it's just a kind of growth potential you leave for the company. So I think these are the most important advantages.
So thank you very much for this insight. So our risk-taking capacity, our promise to really take the risk, is then translating into our intermediary, the Berkshire Bank, to open up, to be more flexible in the terms what they can look at from their standard business. And
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there is one thing which is really important, because we are operating in a European market, and you see the land, and of course we have this federal structure in Germany, and everyone is proud of it, but it limits the investment should be located in Baden-Württemberg. It's nice, of course, but sometimes if it's a company which is growing, they need to produce elsewhere. And so in the past we couldn't follow or support this financing. With the EIF we don't have any restrictions, so we can just support the financing of a Baden-Württemberg company investing in Croatia or in Poland or elsewhere. I think this is very important too.
No, very good. Thank you for this addition. But now back to you, Andreas. I mean, how does a guarantee help you when your discussions when you go ask for financing?
It's very easy. If we go to our Sparkasse, our Kreissparkasse, and ask for guarantees, or when it will be very difficult because the product is not ready in the market yet. So we fear of losing the money if it fails in the market. So for that we need something in between that we can have a guarantee or a loan to start the project. Yeah, otherwise we can't work without money. Yeah, we get an order but we can't start work. Yeah, that's a problem.
So a guarantee is giving the comfort to the bank then to approve your loan, that you can then dream bigger, do more investments that you would never ever reach on your standalone bit.
I wouldn't say dreaming, but I want to make the project, so I want to start to work. So and then I can dream of the next project. Yeah, so this is at the moment the case that we are just at the start, where we have a proof of concept, we have a machine running, but now we have to scale it up, and this is a problem because it's not only software we are selling. We have to invest first. The robot has to be bought and all this stuff, and this is money we need to start the project.
Yeah. Guy, back a question to you. I mean, we have our product, we have policy objectives, we have criteria for innovative companies. How did you match now our criteria with the business case?
In the case of Andreas of RoboMotion, Premium Robotics, RoboMotion was the other company. Premium Robotics, it was very easy. So just if you see the name of the company, robotics, it sounds very innovative. So there are a lot of criteria. So we just defined 23 criteria of useful for us to check. So in the case, it was easy because the guarantee financing is used for further development and for introducing this new technology, this new process in the market. So this is what makes it more difficult for banks, of course, to finance it. But this is one criteria we will meet here. We have another criteria. I think we can meet more criteria than necessary of the fast-growing company. So you already showed in the past that you have growth rates that are really impressive. And if you check your planning for the near future, it will even go up to 200%, as I've already said.
Also, we have a social aspect. If you look at the products we are handling, they are quite heavy. So it's up to 20 kilograms what people lift from down here up here. So they hurt in the back, and it's a really heavy work. Nobody does it very long. If he gets another job, he is away. So this is also helps to make the workplaces more durable for the people, that they only lift the light goods, and the heavy goods the robot should do. So this is.
This does make us a good feeling that we even meet social criteria. But of course, we were just looking at the innovative ones. So digitalization is part of the innovation window too. You have a lot of digital software assets within.
And AI, of course.
Yes. And there is one thing, European Innovation Prize. You have been rewarded a prize. So we are working on this, that he will get a prize in the future. So it will be another criterion we could meet. So I think that, yes, the contract with the EIF is just giving a good choice of different things. Maybe one could be another one, joint panel on the Hannover Fair would be a criteria to check.
Yeah, so, but we have under each of the products, we have multiple ways to qualify, and for innovative companies, actually in your case, there were multiple possibilities to qualify for obtaining the guarantee support. And in our pre-discussion, there was also one interesting aspect. You had mentioned COVID as one of the COVID period as one of the periods where the need for your product was particularly more pressing. Can you elaborate a bit, Andreas?
It was not funny really, but we realized in COVID that the warehouses had even more problems to get people. If they were sick, they didn't come. And in the warehouse, it's critical infrastructure. Yeah? If you don't deliver the goods to the retailer markets, yeah, the people can't buy food. So it is declared now a sensitive sensitive infrastructure. So you have to keep the warehouses running. You don't have to stop warehouses to deliver, because otherwise you will get problems in the community.
Yeah. Andreas, I have one more question. Now we have talked about you get a guarantee, you have the financing. What will you do? What are the next steps that you will now be doing?
Yeah, of course, we wrote a business plan where we had the growth. We need to build up labor growth, and in robotics, it's not that you can just hire people from the street. You need engineers, you need well-trained people, and we have also to build them up over a longer period. So we need at least 2 years to get them where we want them. So this is the time we have to spend money to educate them, and also we have to rent new building, a new area where we can. The next step will be in the development that the robot itself moves. So it is not a stationary robot. It will be a mobile robot which goes through the warehouses. So we have the next development steps to take. So there's plenty money needed to get the things done. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much. Now, we could continue for quite some time. We're already a bit over, if I'm not mistaken. Are there any questions from your side that you would like to ask me or Andreas or Guy? Yes, please.
Hello. We are also a robotics company, and still quite young as well, maybe 5 or 6 years old. But one of the issues after developing some kind of innovative product is then to sell it and distribute it to the market. So that's one of the issues, for example, that we are dealing now is you need to go to these clients, to these potential customers. You need to present them with a solution. You need to show them that it works. And it's a lot of time and, let's say, resources from our side. And are there any grants or subsidies to be delivered for, let's say, the distribution and for the sales and for the promotion of these already developed systems?
So from the guarantee programs, I mean, here it's about the financing of the companies, and then what the companies would do with the money, would do with the amounts to invest it into research, into capacities to open new markets, to extend to new clients, to have more working capital for building additional products that they can present and install for test cases and so on. This is something that can be done with the loans that will be financed, that we guarantee. It's not a grant, so it has to be repaid. But I mean, if you have the financing and present it, there is a positive conversion rate in business and revenues that generate then the profit. So it's not a grant, but it can. These type of activities can be financing, because in the case of Premium Robotics, you see the company qualified, and now it has flexibility of what is the business case they want to use the money, the investment for. It can be to stock up, to develop a new R&D, or it can be to really extend the capacity to reach out to clients. Guy, over to you.
Just to add to your question, because we are cooperating with the national promotional banks like KfW or the regional promotional banks like NRW Bank, L Bank or N Bank, different. So they have grant programs. So our guarantee often is combined with a promotional loan where you get, depending on the purpose of your investment, a reimbursement grant. So 5–10% of the debt, the loan, has not to be paid back. Or you get, for digitalization, we would have to check in your case, there are also grants combined with the loan. So I think this could be a good way. And as I said, it's state aid free this time, so you don't have to decide whether to take a grant or a guarantee. You can take both.
Thank you very much. Are there more questions from your side? If not, so today we have seen how policy objectives translate into a budget. The budget translates into a risk-taking and the combination of risk-taking capacities. So from the Commission, EIF as implementing partner, Bürgschaftsbank as the expert in the field, how the joint forces and the partnering then really results in the ability to give a guarantee that helps then innovative companies to really do investments that they would not be able to do otherwise. So today's example was about innovation, but there are similar cases for the other products of sustainability, of competitiveness, of the creative sector, of skills, where the InvestEU really can make a difference in what can be done on the company level for future investments to bring Europe up to speed on all of these domains. Take this example and start to dream big. Thank you very much.